When Andy Serkis was first cast as Supreme Leader Snoke all the way back before the release of The Force Awakens, many fans hugely anticipated his role, as Andy Serkis is still pretty much the king of motion capture, as he was Gollum in the Lord of the Rings franchise as well as Caesar in the Planet of the Apes. Although he had a minor role in both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, I do think Andy Serkis actually delivered a solid performance as Snoke. And today we have some pretty incredible news about Andy Serkis returning to the Star Wars franchise yet again, as he has apparently been cast in the Andor Disney Plus series. This raises the biggest question of all though. Who is Andy Serkis playing, and is he portraying a brand new character, or is he portraying Snoke yet again? In a brand new timeline that wouldn't make a ton of sense for the character, however it is possible. I think it's pretty safe to say at this point in time that out of all of the shows that we'll be releasing on Disney Plus revolving around Star Wars, Andor is highly the least anticipated of all of them, with next year us getting the third season of The Mandalorian as well as Kenobi. Many fans are even surprised that Andor is still releasing next year or have completely forgotten about the Star Wars property, and making it a sort of backstory of Emperor Palpatine's rise and him laying the seeds to one day return following his eventual physical first death in Return of the Jedi could add a lot of gravitas to the series, as during that time Palpatine was making big power play moves in the outer region as he was cultivating the power of Exegol and building an army of Sith acolytes on the distant Sith world. It could be interesting to explore this along with exploring the rebels also in this time period, and could add credence to Andy Serkis returning yet again as Supreme Leader Snoke. However, this is actually the least likely of the two scenarios. The more likely is that Andy Serkis has actually been cast in a brand new role, and may not even be appearing in motion capture in the Andor series. Although admittedly this isn't anywhere near as fun to speculate about, it would make a lot more sense, as according to a lot of the novels that we've been getting surrounding the rise of Skywalker and the Sith acolytes that we're learning about on Exegol, it appears as if the creation of Snoke is something that took place after Return of the Jedi, and Snoke is sort of an amalgamation of some Palpatine DNA and other Force wielders DNA, after the Snoke body was not accepted by the spirit by Emperor Palpatine. However, Palpatine decided to use Snoke as a puppet and a sort of leader of the First Order, as he ruled from behind the scene. If they wanted to retcon this though, and could have Supreme Leader Snoke appear in Andor, it may also be intriguing if Andy Serkis' brand new character that will be appearing in Andor may not be directly Supreme Leader Snoke, but perhaps an individual that will one day become him or have some influence on the entity known as Snoke. Essentially someone that the Empire and Palpatine will later base Snoke off of, potentially another Force wielder again played by Andy Serkis, with in my opinion this being the best route, and the route that would make the character of Snoke the most compelling, especially as there was sort of a proto-Snoke or a main Snoke before the one that we see in The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, and it being based off of Andy Serkis' character that could potentially appear in Andor. Again though, that's simply speculation at this point in time and a super out there theory. Anyway my friends, what are your thoughts on this, and what are your thoughts on Andy Serkis being cast in the Andor series and returning to the Star Wars mythos? Do you think that he will be portraying a brand new character outright with no ties to the Supreme Leader of the First Order? Or do you not believe in coincidence and believe that he's playing a character that has some connection to Snoke or may actually be the Supreme Leader? As always my friends, I hope you're doing well. May the Force be with you and have a great day.